All right. Good to go. You can see everything?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Well, I am Bryce Haggerty, and
I'm Jonathan Black.
we are the Stripes. We are also partners with Danae, but Danae had some issues going on, so it's just the two of us today. All right. So our first one we wanted to talk about was the key concepts and just talking about how our view of design has changed after completing the courses and how it's impacted our career, our future career as a designer. So is there anything that you took away that changed for you after completing everything?
Ooh, okay, so I'd have to say that would have to be the is and isn't for like when we were filling out like all the information.
Mhm.
Um, I'll be honest, I completely misunderstood that when we first did that for like a good week, and I was like doing it completely wrong. I thought it was kind of like, opposites, I thought like, oh, like she for instance, she is outside, but she's also inside like that. Like I thought it was kind of like that. Um,
Right.
I didn't know I didn't know when I was working on Origin that it meant the same thing initially. So it was kind of cool to eventually figure out and be like, oh, it means the same thing. It's just different
Mhm.
wording. But yeah, like honestly, after like just knowing that, it made it like a whole lot easier just to be able to do that. And going into the future, like of design, like I'll know now it means the same thing, and I'll be able to apply it more and get it done like more efficiently and like
Mhm.
faster than I have been able to.
Yeah, when I was doing mine, I was trying to figure out like, well, if it's like if the tone is playful, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean what is it not, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but then like looking at the example and stuff, like there is a fine line between like playful and condescending or, and you have to really make sure that you're focused and that it's consistent throughout, so I think that those things are really helpful, especially as we're at like the start of the brand development. um you know Going through the course, I think it's really helpful to have that guidance, as you continue. So I
Yes.
definitely agree with what you're saying. um I thought like something that I took away was how important messaging is.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like when you have a certain car and you realize like, oh my God, everybody has the same car that I do. I noticed the same thing with this. Like after I started to apply, and look at like taglines and logos and things like that. I started looking at different brands and how impactful they are. So, like the messaging side of things was really, really um, impactful for me. And I do think it sets up a lot of things, like it sets up the tone and the voice of the brand. So I now know the importance of it and can definitely apply that in the future and obviously in designs.
Awesome.
Um, how has the learning material helped you better to understand how to develop a brand identity? Um, so I think kind of going back to like what is the mission of the brand? What's the vision? Um, I think a lot of the case studies kind of touched on that.
Hmm.
And it's so important for us to like truly understand everything behind the brand, like what is its mission, what is the goal, um, and learning how to apply those things, so that like in a design it represents what the brand is truly about. um, so that was kind of my takeaway.
I'm there with you. I agree. Like the question material had like a lot of like great information that provided to help us like understand it even more. Um, after like kind of going to the live video and like him just kind of breaking it down, Professor Argo breaking it down like even more, just where I got a bit of a better understanding of it. Like
Mhm.
it all just started to click after that. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like just everything all together.
Right, right. Yeah, I 100% agree. Um, and how will it help you as a designer in the future? I feel like everything I'm learning is helping me because
Yes.
everything's new to me. But I think, just being aware of it is the first step. You can't apply principles, you can't apply design, like you can't make design decisions if you're not aware of them. And just being aware and how to use them and how to use them effectively is, really setting us up for success.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to add on this one?
I don't think so, actually.
All right, we're good to go.
I think you summed it up pretty well.
All right. So this is about the brand that we chose and the specific messaging elements of the brand, what concepts you recognize, is the brand successful, and then what it looks like that one is a duplicate. All right, ignore that. All right, so I chose the Dollar Shave Club. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Nice.
I chose it. I thought it was really successful, and it was just a very like fun brand. But their slogan for the brand, let me pull up my. It said "Shave time, shave money." But I thought it was cool because it highlighted the mission of the brand, and they wanted to provide a convenient service, and they also wanted it to be cost effective. It's has like a playful tone, and that's seen throughout all of their marketing. Like I was on their website, and it was like shave off money. It was just, I think it really reflected the brand.
So the one brand I found throughout the one I looked for would have to be Lego.
Mhm,
Um, so their name like translates essentially they have a different slogan, but their name translates to like play well.
mhm.
And I think that says like a lot about their brand and how like they're trying to include everyone and just include everyone basically and just create something awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they have such they like I think that they really are a leader in the industry.
Yes.
There's so many ways that they branch outside of normal um like design decisions, and it's just amazing to see how they integrate their product with all of their marketing. Like it's amazing. I absolutely love Lego. I just started to get into it. I was always just like, it's for kids. And then I started to see like now they have all of these like it's not for kids only, but now
Yeah.
they have a lot of products and things that are marketing more towards adults. They had the flower vases, they have all these things, and I think they just really have a good grasp of their target audience, and they're very effective
Yes.
at can I get the word like appealing to them. Yeah, they do amazing. That was a good choice.
Oh, thank you. I really like Dollar Shave Club. They're a great one.
So yeah, I would say that both brands are effective. They are successful in what they do, and they definitely are both successful brands. All right, ready to go to the next one?
Yes.
All right. So we were supposed to come up with possible messages that could be connected to our group name. So what sorts of themes are connected with the group name, and then how does adding an adjective alter the meaning? So we were the stripes. Did you have any ideas about it?
Hmm. So I thought about it for a little bit and I was like, okay, what do stripes kind of convey?
Mhm.
Uh, To me, like I could see stripes conveying like patterns and connections and just being something that like will always stay on brand.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. I when I was thinking it through, I was like researching and I was looking at, adjectives that are used to describe stripes. You know how for lines you have linear lines, you have line segments. I was looking for
Yes.
words and the first one that came up was banded, and I automatically thought about a snake and I was like about to go into the next one. And then something clicked and I was like, okay, banded though, it refers to having multiple, uh, it's multiple, let me see. It's stripes marked with different colors. And I thought about, that could represent our group's mission of diversity, like having different uh, colors integrated in one. And then I was also thinking about like banded also means coming together as a group. So to represent solidarity or inclusion. Um, so I would have to say if I had a name for us, it would be the banded stripes.
I like that. I like that.
But in terms of like the adjective, I think that it can really make or break uh, a name. It can definitely have cause a brand to have the complete opposite meaning if you're not careful. So that's again why it's super important to understand the values of the brand, because if you don't have those things set up and known ahead of time, your name could completely go opposite of what the brand is actually trying to represent.
Yeah. Uh, hmm. I could also see our names being like the vibrant stripes, maybe, or the
Mm-hmm.
bold stripes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I found this one, it was a little bit challenging because when you don't really have anything associated with it, I just know about us and um I mean that's all the information really we have in
Yeah.
regards to this. So it was difficult to think it through. I had the same issue with our last group. We were the Jubilees was our last name.
Nice.
So we were having a hard time figuring something out, and we had to research, what it meant. And, with a name like Stripes, it would be easy to say, like, oh no, you don't have to research it. Like everybody knows what stripes are. But, that piece was so helpful because
Yeah.
you got to see different perspectives, you got to see different applications of, the term. So I think, my takeaway from it is it's always good to research and, even if you think about something or a brand or product, it's super important to, build that knowledge up and truly make sure you understand.
Yeah, having multiple like perspectives on it, like,
Mhm.
it's always good to combine those and see like, oh, okay, so this is what it's like to this group of people and this group of people and like how can we do something that kind of unites them all together as one.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. All right. Is there anything else you want to add?
I think that's it.
I'm just gonna say I think the class was really helpful. I talked about it to you before, but just in terms of the application of things, I really made a connection between everything we've been learning and actually being able to apply it to um, the brand that we chose. And I think being a part of the name development and the um, like making the taglines and everything, that was really helpful because you had to see the thorough process behind it. And like you says, like the is and the isn't, um, you have to really, really understand um, that all these brands have gone through that same process and figuring out how to now apply it to design decisions. And I think it really helped get the wheels turning. And I've started already, developing and creating ideas for future projects and how to continue to build on this brand. So I did really enjoy this class, and I'm excited to see the next step.
Me too. Me too.
All right. Well, in that case, we are completed. Well, thank you so much, Jonathan. And
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and end it.